Hey guys, it's Momtourage, the podcast about being a mom that thinks that most mom stuff is super boring. So we created our own posse. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Keri, and we are ready to walk you down the red carpet of motherhood.
Friend!
I think I just heard your belly rumble.
Probably.
It was like, what's happening over there?
I've got a rumbly in my tumbly.
Most awkward beginning ever. Hi, everybody.
Weird. Hi, guys. Oh, man, what a fun show we have today. We start every show like that. But today is episode lucky number 13.
That's actually my lucky number. I grew up at 13 North Quincy in Margate, New Jersey. I have lots of 13s around in my life. I love 13.
That's good. So got my glass of wine ready to go. Yes. Hello, Linda. We got Yvonne. Yvonne is back in town.
Good job. Hey, we missed you, Yvonne.
Oh, we missed you a lot. Guys, we're going to have so much fun today. So firstly, we are chatting with mommy influencer, TV personality, podcast host, celebrity stylist. This lady. Bravo Celebrity. She does it all. Ali Levine.
And with that last name, I think she might be Jewish.
I'm hoping.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
You know?
Exactly.
And then we have Rotten Tomatoes editor Jacqueline Coley. If you watched our Halloween episode, she is back. She's going to be giving us some great holiday picks. Very exciting. And then we are ending the show with our Momtourage holiday gift guide, #swag bag. And this week's picks are gifts for kids.
Which I think most of us have already done some shopping, but there's still room on your list.
Man, are you done with your shopping?
I decided to only get her Hanukkah gifts because my mom, who's on here, and the rest of the family is probably going to go crazy with Christmas gifts.
No, I mean, like, are you done with like all your holiday?
No.
I'm pretty much done.
I have like a couple things that are still in the Amazon cart that I need to like press go on.
Yeah.
And like fine tune some things, but I'm like more than half.
Yeah. And you know what? What a sigh of relief. I don't know if everyone else has a spreadsheet like I do, but when I see those things get ticked off.
Only you. And other Virgos.
Virgo life. All right. So today we have our drinking game. The drinking word is Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah.
Should we try it?
Yes. Let me try.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Ashley.
Oh, hi, Keri.
I hear that you're half Jewish.
I'm full, yes.
Do you like, full, right.
I mean, I am a Jew.
Do you celebrate Hanukkah?
I sure do. Drink up. Let's get lit.
That was the longest setup.
Hi, Cara. Oh, man.
Oh, hey, Cara.
What are you drinking? What'd you decide on?
Gin and tonic.
Oh, all right. The classic. Nice
Drink some
glass.
gin and tonica and smoke some.
What's legalized in Jersey now. I am having a tequila and kombucha with a splash of lime because Mama had hummus for dinner and she needs to poop.
Okay, someone cares about their health.
So today for our giveaway, we're trying something different. Are you ready?
Poop. No, just kidding. That would be terrible.
If only you were also lucky. I don't know if I can live up with that level of productivity.
Got it.
So we're trying something new for our giveaway today. Today, the giveaway is Momtourage swag. And to win it, you all can be winners. All you have to do.
Winners.
Yeah, rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Send us a screenshot. You can text us at 918-352-MAMS or email us at momtouragepod@gmail. Send us that screenshot, and we're going to send you a little piece of swag.
And we've got a couple of different kinds of swag. So we'll spin the swag wheel, see what you get.
We should make a swag wheel.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, craft. That's going to be our craft. So
that's easy. That's ordered on Amazon. We'll cut some pieces. We'll hot glue. Yeah, very simple.
Craft wheel. Perfect.
Easy
I'm
peasy.
going to need a tiny microphone like in...
no, like, a long one.
Yeah, tiny and long.
You know what? I'll craft that too. I'll take a lav mic and a black straw and I'll hot glue the wire and it'll look like one of those 70s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right.
Look at us being so crafty. Should we get to drinking and dishing?
Let's get to drinking and dishing, girl.
We need music for this, I feel like. Okay. What do you got to dish about?
I'm wearing my dead grandmother's necklace.
Guys, FYI, anyone who hasn't been paying attention, Keri has another dead grandmother. I'm so sorry that we're laughing about it, but it is just comical at this point.
I guess the good news is there's no more grandparents left to die. They're all done now.
For you?
Yeah. Ashley and I have had like a death a week. So this was a necklace she gave me a long time ago that I have not worn in a very long time. And so I decided to put it on.
It's very pretty.
In honor of Irene.
I have an Eileen.
Come on,
my great grandmother was an Eileen.
Who's the Mary though that the psychics keep talking about?
Don't know, but we keep making jokes about Mary Maria.
Maybe it's your unborn child that they keep saying you're gonna have too. Anyway, and then I have to say that okay, so this is gonna seem like the oldest thing ever. So I went to my sister's for her birthday. I was like, do I tell this to people? Because it's gonna make me feel so old. I lost my wrist brace, my carpal tunnel wrist brace. And I was really upset about it. And she has found it. After all this time, I've been asking her to look. She's like, I don't have time. I have too many children. My sister has found my carpal tunnel wrist brace. I have my night guard. And I have as we talked about on the podcast, my full onesie that my mom gave me that's a hoodie to the floor.
The only year that finding your wrist brace is like a light at the end of the tunnel is 2020. Because every other year it's like, all right, cool, found my wrist brace. That's good. It's like, yeah, fucking party. I got to tell everyone on my show about my wrist brace.
That's like what I've got to do. That's a dead grandparent and I found my wrist brace.
Well,
how about you, Ash?
Sticking with this 2020 theme, my son hates everybody.
He really does.
My
3-year-old really does.
Hates everyone, and I really think it's because he doesn't know how to be a social being.
Like, get off the phone, Kelly. I know, like you. I was like, excuse me?
He doesn't like his grandparents at this point. The only people he likes are Matt and I, and that's even loose. The other day we went to Target. I did like curbside pickup, and these two guys were taking such a long time to get out of the way. You know, when people are like, see a car's trying to go and they just like keep strolling instead of like having any hustle. These guys were strolling and Sebastian was like, one Demova. And I was like, whoa, kid, what is going on? And that's 100% a true story.
One Demova.
One Demova. He's like, he's in a 2020 world, man. He was talking to your nephew, who is his age, who he had previously gotten along with, and told him he didn't like him. He tells all kids he doesn't like them now. He screamed at a lady in Target.
He's probably going to tell Luna that they're not together anymore.
Yeah, he's probably going to break up with her now.
Probably.
After she wrote him
a sweet love letter.
I know. I haven't told him. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be so cute. I love how I'm expecting an actual love letter that's like, Dear Sebastian, I love you. Love Luna.
It's like this. Yeah. And then like 100 stickers.
Just wait till you see the hand puppet.
All right.
I just thought it was worth having a little quick hot goss. And it was literally, I saw this while I was getting ready.
Right.
You know, Keri and I talk about the Kardashians all the time.
Kardashians, that's right.
I can't possibly explain how over the Kardashians I am in 2020.
We keep talking about them, so
we keep talking about it because that's what they do best, and that's why I used to love them, and now I can't. We thought we were done with them. No.
They're not done with us.
Oh no. They just got a deal with Disney Plus, and they got multiple separate deals. Like Chris has one, and then Kim has one, and then it said Kourtney and Khloe have one together. Not a surprise. Kendall and Kylie have one together. We're never getting rid of them.
Kendall and Kylie's is just like Ultimate Fighter. How fun would that be? I would watch that.
I just can't believe Kourtney. What's Kourtney going to do? Kourtney hates this life at this point.
Kourtney's like, I wanted to be done with this.
Yeah. Like,
it's just Scott. It's just Scott.
I don't know. The other news
is that salad money.
What salad? Oh, because I
always eat that same salad. Yeah. The other news.
Go ahead.
You get so bored with salads. I know.
I mean, if I eat the same salad every fucking day, yeah, I get sick of it.
I know, but that's what they do. They eat the same salad from the same place every day.
That being said, I gained 30 pounds in quarantine, and they probably haven't. So there you have it. You know, that says it all.
So the other hot goss is Ellen DeGeneres, who I am over, frankly. So is everybody else, because she has COVID-19.
Right.
That's
I haven't heard somebody call it COVID-19 in so long.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
COVID-19, but also, there was a whole thing about the lawsuit for the way that people were treated on set and at the workplace. And so now because of all that, they're having trouble booking guests on the show.
Yeah.
And the show is really, really failing. They've lost sponsors. They've lost a bunch of
a bunch of publicists are coming out and saying like, yeah, I'm not going to put my person on the show. I mean, she used to
come back, whatever. She's like, was the hottest ticket.
Yeah, she was the number one like daytime show, you had
Rosie O'Donnell after Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, pretty much.
My cousin worked for Rosie during the heyday, and it was banana pants. It was like nonstop banana pants.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, as somebody who used to work in daytime television, it
Bob's like,
you got the vid? What vid?
COVID.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. It is no surprise that Ellen is not lovely. Like, this has been something everyone who works in television, I feel like, has known for quite some time.
Known it for a long time, right?
Yeah. So, it's always kind of sad. It's kind of like the Bill Cosby thing. I know one is not at all like the other, but it was like when all the Bill Cosby stuff really like hit the fan, people were so surprised. And so many of us were like, have we not been hearing about this forever?
Right. Or like the Kevin Spacey shit. I told everybody about what was happening with Kevin.
We knew he was gay. I didn't know he was a predator.
I mean, I medium knew he was a predator.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chorus Boys style. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I only know about Griffith Park. I didn't know about Chorus Boys.
Oh, Chorus Boys. Look at your shoulders like Chorus Boys.
Talk of the theater.
Anyway.
All right. Should we move on? Should we bring out our first guest?
Let's bring out our first guest.
I think this is going to be really good. Okay.
Woo, woo.
Our first guest is a TV personality and on-camera expert and an LA-based celebrity wardrobe stylist whose work you've seen in Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, Kanye West's World Throne Tour, and New Girl. And she is also a mommy influencer, a Bravo celebrity, and the host of the podcast Everything with Ali Levine, and a mom of two. Please welcome Ali Levine. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I love your neck mess.
Oh, thank you. Can I just tell you? Yeah, stacking necks. This is like my thing now because you can't, like with Zoom and stream, like you can't see small details anymore. I was actually just talking to like a bunch of different fashion publications about tips for 2021. And I'm like, well, considering we're all on Zoom and online, like we need to stack. We need to be doing like bigger is better right now because the classics, you just can't see them as fabulous as they are. They just don't stick out.
I'm also going bigger is better for my butt and my stomach.
Yes.
That's also what I'm doing.
Better is just good for 2021. Bigger.
And that's the beauty of
how about
Zoom. You're not seeing anyone in real life.
Is a Band-Aid a good fashion choice? And
Maybe even had some print or something on it.
Okay, I'll look at it.
I feel like at least there's color in that,
Okay, great.
Pop of color.
Okay.
So I'm so excited to be here. And I was laughing, listening to you guys backstage when you guys were just talking about everything. I'm like, yep.
It's like there's nothing else to do. At this point, it's like we've all been through the ringer.
Oh, yeah.
Like whether you have suffered horrible loss or just hanging on for dear fucking life.
Can we just say, like, I understand, I say this to everybody, like, can we just talk about the fact that, like, yes, there are horrible things that are going on with it, but like for everyone, we've all been losing our sanity and we all have our moments of like full-blown breakdown. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
And it's getting tougher as the days go on.
And I was saying to someone, it's sort of like we're just losing time. Like it's just one thing draws into another. I think that's one of the hardest things mentally is that there's not any like things to look forward to. You're just like, and here we are another day.
I look forward to this tonight. I told my husband, I was like, you have the girls. I have to get on. I'll be back in a little bit.
Well, this is what we look forward to. That's why we keep doing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's good. Like it's your sanity. It keeps you somewhat at peace, right?
Yeah.
It keeps, and it also gives us purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So you're a woman of many hats, and one of the many, many things that you do is you're a wardrobe stylist. And I know that's kind of not the main thing anymore, but your motto is confidence is your best accessory. And we really love that. That speaks to us a lot. So I wanted to touch on that. What are your tips for finding confidence when you are feeling less than? Like whether you're postpartum,
like the 25 years after you've had your baby postpartum.
Right. Or you've gained 30 pounds in pandemic, whatever it is. Like, how do you find that?
Yeah, no, I love that it spoke to you guys. And, I've always said that because in my entire career of fashion, styling, whether it be celebrities, everyday people like ourselves, no matter who it is, it's like that is key. Like I can dress a celebrity, head to toe in Givenchy, but if she's not feeling herself, I can't do anything for her. And
Yeah.
I've seen clients of mine walk the carpet and not feel themselves and be very and it became very apparent to me very early on in my career that wow, yeah, I can get amazing clothes all over the place. I'm grateful. I have all these incredible connections I've built. I have all these people I can reach out to and put you in the best of the best, or I can shop the best of the best. But if you don't feel it, if you don't have that moment of oh, I look good or I'm feeling myself, it ain't happening. It doesn't matter if it's Target. It doesn't matter if it's Givenchy. It's just not going to work. So, I say confidence is your best accessory because I really like to say when I style people, I transform them from the inside out. And that starts with within, and how you feel. And so during this time, we were just saying with the pandemic and everything, and most of us being home, it's really hard, even for me, to find my confidence and to find, that back in myself. And so little things, even tonight, just getting myself together and getting ready with you guys and looking forward to something simple like this. I've been telling a lot of my clients and even friends, hey, if you can just look in the mirror and say, hey, okay, today I'm not going to wear sweats. Today I'm not going to wear pajamas. Not every day. I was in my pajamas yesterday, but try to dedicate certain days, even if you don't have something going on, and make that about you and your self-esteem and your actual inner you. It's important to feel good and to feel pretty, especially as women. It's important to feel that, you have more purpose than just mom. Obviously, being a mom is the most important job. We all know that, but it doesn't matter. You still have to feel like you. And it's before the pandemic, you still had to feel like you. Now you really need to feel like you to hone in on that. So whatever it is that's your happy place, right? So for me, as you said, jewelry, I could be in pajamas, but I will have all my jewelry on. Doesn't matter. If I'm in the house all day, I've got the jewelry on because it makes me feel like me. And it's gives me some kind of, zest and purpose of Ali. So it's honing back into you and is it red lipstick? I love that red lip right now. Is it your grandmother's gorgeous vintage necklace? What is it that brings you back to that happy place? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to do the whole enchilada. I've got sweatpants on, underneath what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? Especially now, we can only see this. It's kind of a nice thing, but it's do something for yourself, and make yourself feel good. And clothing is a huge part of that. I tell people with mood boosters, think about if you're wearing black every day, maybe even if it's not your cup of tea, throw on a color because it will heighten your mood. There's actually psychology behind the fact when you put on different colors, it will change the way you feel. So challenge yourself, put on something different and then say, oh, how did I feel today? And did I feel good? Okay, maybe I should do that more often. And those are the kinds of conversations we need to be having within ourselves as we're dressing at home to feel good and just feel, more confident. And I just think that confidence gets forgotten a lot, right? Especially as moms, you were just saying postpartum for 25 plus years, you're postpartum for life, right? We all talk about pregnancy and birth and all these things, but postpartum gets discarded. And it's oh, but you are postpartum for life. It doesn't matter.
Anytime after you have that baby. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of which, congratulations on your daughter. You just posted about your daughter's 6-month birthday and how that this is the time that people, including ourselves, forget that women are still postpartum, whether, they think the first couple months, then 6 months, they stop thinking, let alone as the joke I made 20 years later. But people just expect women to just go back to normal, whether the verbiage is her body just bounced back or oh, isn't she working again or whatever it is. what have you personally gone through postpartum that has been one of those things where you just like didn't expect to still feel this way, or some of the stuff that I mean, I had a really hard time postpartum, but what are some of the things that we can all relate to that you've gone through postpartum?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good question. So first off, with Amelia, my first, I went through pretty heavy postpartum depression. And, I was pretty vocal about that on most of my social because I felt I needed to show up that way because I could no longer be this like glam Ali who was out in the spotlight all the time and with celebrities and flying here and flying there. It was no longer my world, And so I felt like I kind of was doing a disservice to others and myself by pretending to like be this person that I just wasn't anymore. It just wasn't the season I was in anymore. And so, I did not expect that. Honestly, I expected my birth to be a natural birth in the tub at a birth center, and universe was like, transferred to the hospital, C-section later, 42 hours later, had my daughter. And immediately I was so distraught. I felt the trauma immediately, even though I was so happy to have her. I was so happy to like hold her. I could barely hold her because I was in so much actual physical pain. I didn't like walk, down my stairs for like 2 weeks. I had trouble breastfeeding. I mean, it was like the list went on and on and on and on. So for me, when the postpartum depression hit like pretty fast, and I had no idea that it even was that. I thought it was baby blues. Everybody talks about that. And I was like, oh, it'll go away. And then it just continued and continued and got worse and worse and worse. And I didn't expect it to. And I expected to go right back to work, and I expected to be right back on set. And every time I would go back on set, I would cry. Like I'd literally be styling somebody, and then they'd look great. I'd tell my assistant to like stay with them for a minute. And I go walk away and cry. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I want to be back here. Like I want to be back doing my job. And the answer was, I really didn't want to be back on set doing my job. Wanted to be home with Amelia. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow, to be like, I don't want to be doing this. Like I've been building this career for so long. Like I don't want to be, and it was like a mind fuck, honestly, to be like, I don't want to be doing this. I want to be home. Do I want to be a stay-at-home mom? I don't know. Like, because I am such a workaholic and on the go. And it was a really hard shift for me, and I think it contributed heavily to postpartum depression. And then, second time around, after finally in a tunnel and getting help and all of those things, after having Arlie, I knew that can happen again. Thank God so far it has not. But I've also done a lot of things to make sure that it hasn't happened again, like voice things to my husband, constantly, and communicate with him, journaling, meditation, breath work, cognitive therapy, like all kinds of things that I know that I have to do in order to like stay sane and stay above water, if you will, and be in a good place for me, take baths, take self-care, do something like this, do things for me, and not feel like I have to always be submerged in motherhood. And so that's been very teaching for me. And also too, I'm still learning how to handle my body. Like I look at my body, like you were just saying the other day, and I'm like, okay, well, I learned F the bounce back because of my C-section with Amelia. But with Arlie, I did get a VBAC, which is for those that don't know, a vaginal birth after C-section. So I did have that. And, I expected like my body to be a little bit better about the bounce back, even though I knew it wasn't going to be realistic. And the other day I caught myself like in the mirror, like squeezing my stomach and just looking at my hips and doing things I should not be doing. And I had to check myself and like write down in my journal immediately, like, I love my body. I'm grateful for my body. I got my VBAC. I didn't have a C-section this time around. I got this, I received this. And I had to remind myself all the things I was positive about, because I kept looking at myself in the mirror and was like, but you just don't look like you thought you were going to look like at 6 months. And I'm like, Ali, stop. But we all have that inner voice that says,
I actually had the delusional, everyone who's had a baby will laugh at this. I thought I would be skinnier than I was.
Don't you love that? People tell you that? Yeah, you'll be skinnier because you're breastfeeding.
Because you're breastfeeding, you're hardly sleeping. I was like, ooh, maybe I'll be skinnier.
I just want to say that I was skinnier because I was breastfeeding. No. It very quickly stopped. I very quickly gained all that weight back. So it's bullshit either way. Whether it actually happens or not, it's bullshit.
Right. And it's also too, it's like we had babies or you had a baby. So it's like your body is going to change. Like this whole idea of like your body is supposed to, like you said, like, oh, all of a sudden, like we're back, we're at work, we're doing this, we're doing that. It's like, but you had a freaking human. You've also changed or had a baby taken out of you. Like,
You've changed on a cellular level too. You like can't go back to the way.
No,
yeah.
I want to celebrate now. I'm trying really hard to celebrate that I'm not going back and I'm going forward. And like, what does that look like in this new body, in this new Ali? Because I'm also a totally different person. Like you just said, cellular, spiritually, everything. Like I really believe you're reborn when you have children.
Ali, side note, are you from New Jersey? I detect a Jersey accent in your voice.
I'm from New York, actually. And it's like totally horrible because I've lived in California now for over a decade. So it's like goes in and out, but it's terrible.
I was just like, oh, a fellow member of our tribe.
Close enough. I lived in Hoboken,
because I heard all, and I was like, oh, I know that all. I know that.
All right, Ali. So something we do routinely on our show is a little thing we like to call quick fire. We're going to ask you some quick, silly questions, and you just give us your first answer that comes to your head. Okay. So we know you're a big time influencer in the mommy space. What is your biggest tip to finding influencer success?
Be authentically you.
Okay. What's the number one accessory every woman should have in her arsenal?
Ooh, number one accessory. Oh, Ali's touring because I have so much jewelry. Statement ring, especially with Zoom. Statement ring.
Got it.
What about the weirdest thing you're into?
We don't mean sexually. I mean, if you want to, but I mean, like,
that's the weirdest thing. That's the weirdest thing.
Not a lot is happening right now. Okay, work in progress.
Just like any weird thing. Like I'm really into watching goat videos.
What am I into? That's weird.
That is weird.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I know it's supposed to be quick fire. What am I into that's weird? I like to constantly look up, but I don't know, it kind of goes by job. But I kind of like to constantly look up like Pantone chips and like see the colors, how they change, and like I don't know.
That's a little weird. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Best beauty hack or trick?
Ooh, best beauty hack or trick. Overdraw the lips.
Oh, nice.
Like it's just like it makes them pop and they look like so much bigger. I haven't done fillers and Botox or anything in over 3+ years between babies and breastfeeding and everything else, and probably won't be for a while. So, overdraw.
What's the first thing you let slide in quarantine, and will you go back to your old ways post-COVID life?
Ooh, okay. One thing I let slide. I used to always being an influencer, being on social, no matter what, as soon as I would roll over, I'd look at my phone and be very okay, what's the first thing I need to do? I'm going to let that slide and let that go. That has been the most healthy thing for me to claim my morning, claim my space for the first 5 to 15 minutes, depending on the baby, of wash my face, maybe take a shower, maybe I spray a little bit sage spray on myself to clean my energy and just to feel good in the morning, whatever it may be. I now protect my morning at all costs.
Oh, that's a good one. I can do that.
What is the number one thing you think moms should outsource when they can, if they have the means to
help? It doesn't matter whether it's you get someone to help you do your content because that's the space I'm in, or you just need help with your kids. So one or the other. It's I have had to learn, or just delegate. If you can't get full help, or right now with COVID, I'm not having anyone in my home, but I have a couple assistants part-time. They're doing work for me, just little content things, little creations that I need that I don't have time. Anything that feels tedious to you, delegate it.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah. But look, even me, even if it's just 10 hours a month, it's still 10 hours that you just got back. That's something we've all learned, right? You were just saying with COVID before about how this is a time suck and we're just all just going and going. It's if you can delegate certain things so that you don't get those hours sucked from you, it's going to make a massive difference, even if it's just this much.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Weirdest Instagram account you're into or you follow?
Oh, weirdest. I forget the name of it, which is terrible. Maybe it's an avocado and something. I'll have to screenshot and send it to you, but it's just, it's literally a picture of an avocado and it just has all these ridiculous avocado memes and silly, stupid, I don't even know, but
that's the most LA answer.
Now I'm all about it.
Avocado porn. It's just perfect avocado slice.
Maybe because my husband eats avocado out of the avocado. I find that sexy deep down. I don't know.
Interesting.
True avocado porn.
We have a super fun game for you. Okay. We're calling it Kardashian or Kardashian Trash. We're going to name some well-known IG sponsored products, and you're going to guess if they've been endorsed by the Kardashians and Jenners by saying Kardashian or Kardashian Trash.
Okay.
Or
I mean,
you
I feel like
could
there's
just-
going to be very little, but okay.
you could also say just Kardashian.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
I like that.
Where was that when I was making the graphic?
Listen, I was having a hard day, Ashley. Okay.
You're creative. I get it.
All right.
These gems just don't come up with themselves. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I know.
they're
Clearly,
involved.
not.
Like, shit.
How about Flat Tummy Co?
Kardashian. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, right? Like all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
by the way, they reached out to me and I was like, no. Can I just say, honestly, like most of the things I know, like whatever, they're millionaire, billionaires, blah, blah, blah. But like most of the things they've endorsed, I have no interest in
No.
jumping.
Let me tell you something. I tried that tea. It made me fart.
It's
The
disgusting.
word
It's like cancer. I've looked at the ingredients, and of course, it makes you like fart and like.
fart, it's terrible. This so
Gross.
yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they reached out and they're like, "We'd love to do a partnership," and I'm like, "No, but thank you."
Yeah, thank you.
They won't
Okay.
be calling you now.
Yeah.
right?
Or me.
Yeah. You're out too.
Lego.
Lego. I'm gonna say Kardashian.
Yes, good. I would like to see a weird Lego.
Me too.
The
Yeah.
butt would just
They
be
have-
like Lego.
Got the
Lego.
clue.
Yeah.
Right on. I mean,
How about Fire Festival?
ooh. I'm gonna say Kardashian. Am I saying this
No.
right?
Kendall
Yeah.
did actually
You
promote
did?
Fire
Yeah.
Festival before it happened. She was one of the influencers.
Really?
Yep.
Sugar Bear hair vitamins.
Kardashian.
Also, I think that's the worst name for a product.
Awful.
Me too. And like I have so many friends that like
It makes me think of Honey Boo Boo. Is what it makes me think of. Sugar Bear hair.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, or like any of those weird like sugar song. Like I don't. I just
Right.
yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
And I always laugh. By the way, whenever I see influencers who are like you know like in their like hands, they're like, it's so great. I'm like, what are you showing? How cute it is? Like,
Yeah, like,
I don't get it.
It doesn't do anything. How about Doc Johnson's sex toys?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say trash. I don't think they would.
No,
Right?
they
You're
didn't.
right.
But they
I know.
should.
They should totally, especially after like her sex tape and everything. I mean, why not? Might as well
Yeah.
go wall to wall. But
Yeah.
I know though, I'll tell you what, a lot of influencers are smart like that, unless it really fits their brand, or at least I've seen. Like I have been asked by like Bush, Plyson, like 3 different ones, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And they've got a lot of money, let me tell you. But like I've had to say, it just doesn't. I just don't know if I could share that like truly organically to my audience, and people be like, she doesn't use that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, proactive.
Oh, I feel like one of them did. Kardashian?
Yes, it was Kendall, I think. Kendall, right?
Yeah.
I would say Kendall and didn't Chloe do something for a hot minute?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Chloe, I feel like has the most of them.
Well, now
Now,
she's
for sure.
doing
Yeah.
everything under the
Yeah.
sun. Yeah. Tushy, the bidet attachment.
Oh, I'm like, what is that? I'm gonna say Kardashian trash.
You're very good at this.
You're
Thank
very
you.
good at this.
I feel like because there's so many things have come. I mean, not that many, but so many have come to my mailbox, and I've kind of like learned like
Yeah.
who plays with what brands and why.
Yeah.
Fashion Nova.
Oh, Kardashians.
Yes.
How about Quay sunglasses?
Kardashians, right? Didn't Chloe have a line? Okay.
Maybe, but I know Kylie
I
definitely
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kylie did. I think Chloe did a square line or something too. I have to look.
The Nurtec, an over-the-counter migraine med.
Oh, I never even heard of this, so I'm gonna have to go with Kardashian trash.
No.
No, who used it?
Chloe just started hawking it.
Did she?
Yes.
Interesting.
She's like the influencer for a med.
Or like
Recently in quarantine, yeah.
interesting. Maybe she
She
actually
started
needs
like
it.
a probiotic line or something too, or
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
was promoting one.
Well, I'll
All
tell
right.
you what, like obviously we know these women are not stupid, and obviously I heard you guys talking before we started the show, but like they know their brand and they know what
Oh,
to
yeah.
do. I mean, clearly, but they're not stupid. Like they know the world is shifting and changing. Regardless, when we come back to normal, it's still going to be different. So they're probably shaking things up and trying to figure out like what other brands they dive into that aren't maybe going to go away. Whereas a lot of other ones they do work with are going to be gone.
Do the right thing, Doc Johnson. So last one, The Hustle, starring Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson.
Oh, well, I'm gonna say Kardashian because I feel like they would align with someone like that.
It is not. And for anyone who's a real
Yeah.
house It is not. But any Real Housewives of New York fan, that is a reference, which apparently I'm the only one. So, all right.
All right. Who,
did a really awkward
who's your person in the Housewives of New York?
Oh, I mean, well, all of them, truly.
Oh, okay.
But my number one queen, Her Royal Highness, is Bethany.
Of course. I was waiting for it. Okay.
Yeah, she's just like...
I'll give her style. I met her once in New York, and she was wonderful to me, so I don't say anything negative. But her style is fabulous. I mean, she's got a great...
I just like that she is pretty authentically herself, whether that's delusional or not. She is authentic.
It's true. Yeah.
So, and she's a boss bitch, you know, like she
is. Yeah, and she knows how to brand.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So. She is a force to be reckoned with.
That's right.
Ali, this was so much fun. Are you a Jew? Are you part of the tribe?
I was gonna say my husband's making latkes. I'm half, to be honest, to be like totally.
No, not half. I'm now, and a half.
My dad, Levine, that's my maiden name. So my dad is Jewish. So I celebrated it all through, years of growing up. So now, of course, I'm teaching Amelia and Arlie at some point. Actually, Arlie's name in Hebrew means promise, and that's how she got her name, because I decided after all the craziness of like the world and everything, I'm banking on these new babies, this new earth gonna be all about them and their light. So that was
love that.
Well, happy Hanukkah to you and
happy
your
Hanukkah. This was so
happy
much
Hanukkah drink.
Oh,
I know. I'm breastfeeding, so cheers.
That's right. Cheers.
And Yvonne, to answer your question, I brought 2 glasses. She said, "How does your glass go for refill?"
Don't let me keep you. I'll have one later, but I'm gonna have to nurse her before with you. So let me not give her the hiccups.
You do, Mama. So plug yourself. Tell the people where they can find you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to have you guys on Everything with Ali Levine, my podcast, which I see down here. You guys are so good with your graphics. So AliLevine.com is everything me. My website is actually under a revamp, so stay tuned for 2021. Ali Levine Design on all of my social, and then anywhere you listen to this amazing podcast, you can check out Everything with Ali Levine.
We can't wait we're going to record with you next week. We can't wait.
I'm so stoked. It's going to be so much fun.
We love
Have a great first night of Hanukkah and have a lovely day.
Enjoy that post nursing drink later.
Oh, don't worry. I will. I'll be thinking of you ladies.
It's an honor. Bye, Ali.
Bye.
Oh, that was so fun.
So cute.
All right. You ready? You ready for this action? All right. Our next guest is a film critic and an editor at RottenTomatoes.com, mostly an editor at RottenTomatoes.com. And with this marking her second appearance on our show, she is officially a part of the Momtourage too.
Yes, the stamp of approval.
Yeah. Welcome, Jacqueline Coley.
Hello, ladies. How are y'all?
Hello.
How are
you to be in yet another Airbnb as you promised?
No, this is my actual apartment.
I would guess. I would hope so, because there's a movie poster. It looks like there's a lot of like memorabilia. There's a Tarantino book behind you.
Yeah, no, it's my place, but I will say I literally just moved in here.
Oh.
I think I told y'all last time, like I couldn't have done the same shot in my apartment at my kitchen table because of the lack of light. I have tons of light now, but except for the fact that this light doesn't have a dimmer. So I know that I look like I am literally at the supermarket. We're still working on it, but I've been here for 5 days. So
in the spirit of Hanukkah, Mazel Tov.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh yes, I was on it too. I have wine.
Nice.
Yes. This show is so easy. The work's already done. Now you just come on. You're like, give us your sparkling, wonderful personality. You drink and you chill. Like, well, it's a party.
I am not going to ever be sad when they're like, hey, you're going to do this interview and they encourage you to drink. Fine.
Done.
I emailed your publicist and I was like, do you think she'll come back? And they were like, let me find out. I hope she will.
No, definitely.
So last time you were here, you gave us your Halloween movie picks for the whole family. And that was awesome. A great time. But now we are in the holiday season. 'Tis the season for cheesy love stories. Think Hallmark, think Lifetime. Now Netflix is in the game. Hulu, I think, is even kind of in the game.
Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
That girl.
You see it already?
You know what? In a way, I'm like, yeah, that was a thing. But that's like too obvious.
I think it's
50 Shades of Grey with chicken. It's too much. Too much.
Did you watch
Lopez of all people?
I mean, no, I'm in no way not surprised about that. That's a viral marketing campaign. Like anybody who watches the movie is going to be drunk, high, or making fun of it. Nobody's watching that.
Hopefully all of those things at the same time.
Like mildly curious and like bemused, like the same way you are watching somebody like be drunk in public. But like, nobody is watching that like, oh, let me tune in for this. Like this is something you want to see.
Pour yourself a glass of red wine.
Yeah.
No. So I'm not surprised that Mario Lopez was the person to do that because he seems to know how to brand himself very well.
I feel like if I paid Mario Lopez enough, he would hump my leg. Like truly. And it's okay. I'm cool. That's fine.
No, he's like, I mean, look, the dude is becoming like the Ryan Seacrest. Like he's got like hosting and he does like Saved by the Bell. I'm like he's gonna be like, he's like Michael Strahan. He's on so much stuff. So like that's what I mean when you're like, are you surprised Mario Lopez? I'm like, no, Mario's about working.
Mario's job to get paid. He's got to take care of. He will do what he needs to do.
Yeah, dude. So that's what I mean when I say you're like, are you surprised? I'm like, no, dude, Mario's about work. He is about like, let me go do something. But yeah, no.
Also, that gym membership and those trainers don't pay themselves.
No,
he's not aged. It's really strange.
No, I know.
Man, it's strange. Watching the new Peacock show, which I highly advise everyone to do. It is certified fresh on the tomato meter. It's eerie because like everybody else has aged and he hasn't. So it's like that one like youth that wandered onto the set.
Like Marcel Gosselaar's not looking that great. I mean, he's looking good, but he's not looking as good as Mario Lopez.
I will just say they all look great. I'm not in any way, but Mario looks like he's aging like a vampire. Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, I know when I lived in LA, Mr. Belding used to come into the bar that I worked at all the time. And I was like, this is weird, Mr. Belding. Anyway, go ahead.
No.
Exactly the same.
Can you give us your pick for best cheesy holiday love stories? I don't even know what genre I should be calling this, but that. Can you give us that pick?
Christmas core.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these are cheesy ones. I'm also going to give a couple of like good ones that I think are like just close to my personal heart. But the one I'm actually going to start with is like, I think where Netflix cornered the market with The Christmas Prince, which this is like the Julia Stiles, A Prince and Me, and then also like any cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie like put together. There's a lot of them with princesses, but like Netflix did it up with like a budget and like a real like princess castle. And what's also strange is the star of it is also the like blonde platinum girl from iZombie. So they took a girl that used to eat brains and they made her into a princess. And I will never not think that is hilarious.
And there's two of them, aren't there?
There's two of them. They're coming for a third. There's like a trilogy. It's like a trilogy.
Wow.
And it was
I saw the first one.
They got in a little bit of trouble for mentioning this, but there was literally in the first 30 days, like 21 accounts that watched that movie like 40 times.
Oh.
That's how much they loved it.
Yeah. But they got in a little bit of trouble because you don't know why somebody's watching something over and over again.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like maybe somebody just really needed that at that moment.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. All right, what else do you got?
Okay, so another one I have is, this is, I think, for moms that are, drinking at home, perhaps Bad Moms Christmas, which I always thought was a much more accurate representation of what Christmas does to moms.
Yes,
because it seems just so ridiculous to make the most like physically time-consuming, financially demanding thing also a time when you're supposed to be like, let me love and hug everyone. Like, these are very opposite moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that much stress makes you actually want to murder people, not be like, let's celebrate our fellow man. So I love Mila Kunis. I also think Kristen Bell is hilarious. And in Bad Moms Christmas, we get the mothers. And so you add in Christine Baranski.
Queen.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
So good.
Yeah.
I've seen
Next up, let me think about, this is one that I think folks will enjoy whether or not you really like the Hallmark really cheesy ones, but you'll get some soul music. It's In Vogue Christmas. This was a Lifetime movie.
Yes!
and it's a thing. And it's fairly recent. This came out in like 2014. So it was actually like the version of In Vogue where it was just the three of them. But Like, it's like they gotta put on a show. And so in Vogue, like the place where they used to perform is closing and they gotta go put on a show. It's
Oh,
just
I love that.
Like, never
Vogue.
gonna get it, right? That's En Vogue?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's so good. So
yes.
that's like a really cheesy, obscure one. I don't even know where you can find this thing. Like, I'm telling you about it. Like, I know where you can find it, but I'm sure YouTube may, we'll see.
Folklore. We'll find it.
Exactly.
Right now I'm on the hunt for 30 somethings. I need to watch the original 30 somethings. And that's
I love that. Yes.
Oh yeah. You've not seen that?
Never.
So good. So good.
Yeah, you need to check that out. In fact, I think there was like a rumor about a reboot or something.
That's what brought it up. I was like, oh, I never saw the original.
Oh, so good. So
yeah,
good.
anyway. I watched that way too young. Like, my parents were like angry that I had seen that show.
That's why I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite racy for like, I knew I was preteen.
Yep.
This next one actually is for the folks that are maybe feeling like they want to let their freak flag fly this Christmas. We're all going to be sort of isolated, maybe going a little Jack Torrance with it. So Mixed Nuts is a great one. It's Steve Martin. It's Nora Ephron directed it, and she of course did Sleepless in Seattle. But this is like one of her like deep cuts that didn't get a great like rating. Like, it's like 10% on the tomato meter. Folks are not really loving it from a critical standpoint, but I have love for it in my heart because you get to see Liev Schreiber in drag. It's got
I've never seen this movie.
Wow.
It's got, Rob Reiner. Basically Steve Martin, he manages a suicide prevention hotline, which, obviously very busy around Christmas time. And he basically gets roped into this Christmas party with just like this crazy cast of characters. Juliette Lewis is like a virginal, like she's dressed as mother, like the Virgin Mother, and she's actually pregnant. Yeah.
I love her
so much.
Of a thing, but it's really fun.
Oh, I love that.
Super fun.
Well, seeing as you touched on kind of the isolation of this holiday season, I wanted to hear your picks for the shows we should be binging because, as we all know, we should not be gathering this holiday season. So we're going to have a lot of time to sit on our ass and watch TV and binge stuff. So what are you loving? What are you recommending?
Well, the one thing I will say is you're absolutely right. Definitely stay at home. And there's something that will still get your like blood pumping, and you get to pretend like you've taken a flight. That is the flight attendant.
Pornhub.
Watching it. She's like, I give this porno 9 tomatoes.
We don't review those movies, or if we do, I don't cover it. I don't even want to know. Somebody else
uncover it. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Back to the flight attendant, which
but the
so
show
good.
is kind of horny. The show is like very, very horny, and it's like aesthetic. But basically, this is like a comedic noir. Kaylee Cuoco plays a very she enjoys her wine and her vodka flight attendant who's just partying, flying the skies, flirting with rich businessmen. And one wild night in Bangkok has her wake up with a man next to her with his throat slit. And then it becomes like this very strange, like Lindsay Lohan if she was caught in the middle of a murder mystery. And so the bizarre and also just hilarious and really dark reality of what that is probably more accurately of what Lindsay Lohan was doing back then. But it's a crazy performance. Kaylee Cuoco was actually really incredible in it. I think
so good.
Yeah, seeing her in something very different, and it's gonna keep you very interested. The pilot grabbed you from the first episode, and it really doesn't let up.
My husband and I have been so into it. We are like, it's
so
good.
That was exactly what I was going to say. This is the one for if you're trying to get your husband to watch something else besides like football or Die Hard. This is the show because it's got
her broad panties a lot too.
A lot. Yeah.
A lot. Yes.
Yeah.
And the guy's really good looking too.
She's the executive producer on this, and let me just say, girl looks good, stunning.
Yes, she does. Yes,
stunning. Looking better than she did on Big Bang Theory, if I'm going to be really honest. Sure. And I think because she was on as the EP, as the producer of her, she gave herself the actress like some time with the yoga people.
Yep.
You know, like like you can do that when you're the producer. You can be like, by the way, the lead actress is going to get a full dietitian and trainer
Exactly.
6 months prior to shoot. Aren't you the lead actress?
And Crafty is it's straight protein. That's it.
Yes.
No, I don't want any Welch's fruit snacks. Get the fuck out of here with that.
You know what that is? That is some Jennifer Aniston shit. She's like, I'm on the zone. Get me a zone and a trainer. Done and done.
I mean, it's really funny because it doesn't get talked about enough with the dudes, but that's absolutely what like dudes like Chris Pratt and Kumail Nanjiani do when they go from being like, you know, not cut within an inch of their life to cut. So women, it's no shame for them to do the exact same thing.
Yep.
Nope.
That's not natural. Like those abs on those dudes aren't.
I know.
The next one I think you should check out is one that's actually coming soon, and that is Bridgerton. This is the new Shonda Rhimes period piece, which is basically like Pride and Prejudice and Scandal had a baby.
Ooh.
Scandal and Gossip Girl had a baby. It's the way that Shonda Rhimes casts things, as far as like, you know, very diverse casting and gorgeous, but it's set in the time of Pride and Prejudice, but the people are acting like it's Gossip Girl, and they literally have like a Gossip Girl element to it. And it's got, for me personally, I love Black women in corsets. It's like my ish. I think that is showing that kind of opulence on those skin tones just makes me so happy. And so this is one for sure to check out, especially if you're looking for something to like Netflix party with your girlfriends, like when y'all can like catch some time to yourselves, you know?
Where is that? Is that going to be on Netflix?
That's a Netflix one, yes.
Ooh, I am currently redoing Gossip Girl all over again for like the third or fourth time. So that really hit a spot for me.
They're gonna have a lot of references to the old one and the new one. That's one thing I found out. Like they are really all about like connecting the world. So you're gonna be way up to date on that one.
Okay.
Say again.
I said I'm into that.
I can feel that too.
And I love Shonda Rhimes. She's fantastic.
I do. And this is like her first big thing from Netflix because she signed her deal after like Ryan Murphy and after Kenya Barris, who their stuff has already sort of come out. Like I'm really interested to see what she's going to do with that whole Netflix partnership because they just spilled the tea on like why she left ABC.
I love that. That was amazing.
That's some craziness. Basically
the Disney World thing, right? It was the Disney World thing. Yeah. They wouldn't give her like a free pass to Disney World for her family. Her sister or somebody went and she wasn't there. And she was like, are you telling me that I work for a company that is owned by ABC Disney and I'm Shonda Rhimes and you can't get me a free pass?
I mean, they give that shit out to like every celebrity, like people whose names you don't know. And that is Shonda Rhimes. Like she's done, it's not like she's had one show. She's had like multiple shows. Wow.
You know what's strange with that is Kevin Hart talks about in his comedy special how that's the only way he goes to the park.
Yeah, right? That would be the only way I would go too.
But it makes me wonder if it's like when studios are like that, it's usually because they're courting people. Like they want to get something out of them. It's like, we want, you know, you to come make something with us, or we want you to keep making someone with us. If they got her sewn up in this ironclad deal, which they did, maybe they're not in the like mood for impressing anymore.
Yeah.
Listen, don't take people for granted.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I know. Yeah.
I think that honestly had more to do with it. It's like,
but I love that she was just like, bye.
Yeah,
exactly. And like literally called her. This was the best part about that line. She was just like, you need to do whatever you can to get me out of this deal, or I will find someone who will. Because that's like the thing that you have to say. Because you know her people who are all cashing fat checks.
Yep, because of her.
See, are not exactly like, oh, sure, sis.
Yeah.
They're like, they're phoning it in at this point.
Yeah, like let go of this cash cow that is just keeping making us money so that you can like, because you're mad about Disneyland, we will rent you Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know they did not want to freaking give this up. And so she's like, and then she added, or I will find someone who will. Like, this is your job or you don't have a job.
That's awesome.
Loved it. Baller move. The very last one I wasn't talk about, and it's mostly just because she's gorgeous in it. Like, and it's one of the most, you can watch it on mute. That's how good it is. The Queens Gambit. This is really joy. I feel like at this point, everyone's talking about it, but the thing just came out. It was
it's
not
so
that
good
long.
though. It's
Ashley was all like, I don't like British things. I was like, it's not British, bitch. Watch it.
No, it looks like it though. It does.
Yes.
Look like it looks like Call the Midwife.
Midwife.
Yes.
You know, one of those BBC things, but it's done with, I shouldn't say that, it's done in partnership with the BBC, so it's not a long stretch in that respect. But yeah, no, it's really done well.
Also, the makeup and the costumes also just so beautiful.
I love that era, late 60s through the 70s. It's my favorite time. So very well done.
Everything from top to bottom, the writing, the editing, the cinematography, like it is just so good. It's so good.
I want to add this to some because a lot of people don't know. The woman who plays her mother, do you guys know this? She's a director.
Yes.
Yeah, Marion Heller. And I just want to tell people, she directed Can You Forgive Me?
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And then she just goes and slays this drunk, really, really, really dark and depressed housewife. And
she's so incredible at it. She is she's so great.
People are not allowed to be that talented in multiple areas of their life.
No.
It's not, you're laughing, but it's not fair. It's not.
I agree.
Call a triple threat.
I mean, but in such different, it's not always the way that is. There's some directors who cast themselves in things, but that doesn't mean they're good at it.
Well, I guess Ron Howard from when he was a kid.
Yeah, and then he started as an actor, and I guess she kind of did too, but she really made her name as a director.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I would even say she may have done that first, but her biggest bouts of everything, in my opinion, were when she was behind the camera.
Yeah, yep.
Jacqueline, what do you want to come back and talk about?
Anything y'all want. I mean, look, we're not going anywhere.
No.
And I do a lot of press. Nobody ever asked me to have alcohol.
Oh, it's a requirement.
I'm just saying, you guys very much set yourselves apart. So
thank you very much.
One day, hopefully, we will be on a network with you as opposed to on Facebook.
Or a live movie night.
That would be in person.
I know.
Well, wouldn't it be nice to actually meet? Before I was a Delta status member. I was not here.
That's why your apartment didn't need to have space.
It didn't need that. I didn't care about the light. Oh, a lot of people, there was two things people found out very quickly at the beginning of quarantine. How much they really didn't like their place that they were living and or their partner.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Or both.
Sure. Yeah. Jacqueline, tell the people where they can find you.
Well, you guys can find me always on RottenTomatoes.com, where you can check out all my articles. I'm mostly on awards, so if you want to know who's going to be nominated for an Oscar when they eventually have it, you can check it out there. And you can follow me on pretty much any form of social media at that Jacqueline, because I'm that girl that talks movies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Happy holidays.
And congrats on your new apartment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping next time it'll be all Art Deco. I'm feeling very much like a mom or a married woman. I'm on Pinterest. It is real, y'all.
Yes.
Welcome. We're happy to have you.
I'm with it. I'm literally yes, can that girl.
Yes.
All right,
That's
Jacqueline.
what we'll have you on for next. We'll have an apartment redo section.
Movie themed decorating.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, thanks, ladies.
Bye, Jacqueline. See you soon. All right, let's do this. We got the holiday gift guide, #swag bag coming your way. These are obsessions, the things we can't live without. This week's category is best gifts for kids. Matt, we're talking
We are obsessed with our new Ruggish rugs. These ultra soft and durable foam rugs are the best. There's a beautiful pattern on one side that adds to the design of any room, and a road on the other for fun imagination play.
No, I'm going to get the trophy.
It's all in one piece, so it won't come up or peel up the way kids' tile floor mats do. Plus, it's large and thicker than the usual play mat, so it's perfect for falls, crawls, wrestles, and even exercise. We love that it's a breeze to clean. Did we mention it's pretty? Get your Momtourage approved Ruggish at ruggishco.com. That's RUGGISHCO.com.
Guys, we love Ruggish. We really, really do. That video featured the full-size play rug, which retails for $199, but they also make a runner that is also double-sided, and that retails for $119. We will be launching a giveaway. The winner will choose whether they want a full-size or a runner, which is incredible, tomorrow morning.
Sleep on this. Do not sleep on it.
Yeah, like, honestly, this thing is incredible. Our kids are obsessed. They are so thick and awesome.
Thick. And it's all one piece, as we said, which is amazing because usually the kids' tiles, they like peel up. It is really, and it's beautiful.
It's very clear. We made a commercial. It's very clear we are working with them.
I was like, shut up, Keri. We made a commercial.
Right. But it is 100% genuine what we were saying. We are totally in love with it, and we highly recommend it. So make sure, if you're not following us at Momtourage Podcast on Instagram, that you are, because you're going to want to win this. Next up, we've got Craft Studio New York City. Keri, take it away.
Craft Studio New York City started as a New York City space where kids could get creative and have parties outside of their apartments because they're small. We know it. Leaving the mess and the details to the professionals and the staff. So they now have multiple locations, seasonal Hamptons pop-ups, after school programs in New York City when we're in school, and New York City virtual classes and craft subscription boxes. So this puppet box that we have right here.
Yeah, this is not what they make. They make puppet boxes.
They make this. I'll show you. They make this, which I'll show you in a second, that are sent out for kids to try. And Sebastian made this one, which is why it looks like that. No offense.
No, none taken. That is accurate.
And anyone that has a child knows the struggle it is to keep them entertained for like more than 5 seconds. And especially during this pandemic, this is a great creative, interactive parent-kid thing to do. They have boxes for kids of all different kinds of ages and even subscription boxes. So if you're a parent who's into experiential gifts, which Ashley and I are, this is a great option. And especially during pandemic, it ships to you, so you don't have to go anywhere. They are donating 10% of all December sales to a mental health charity, amazing, that is headed up by a celebrity moms called Your Mom Cares. I love that give back.
They're very into giving back. So this their craft boxes start at $15. This particular hand puppet one is $28.95, and they have monthly Craftastic subscription kits. They start at 3 months, which are $60, and I think it goes up to 12 months for like $200 and something. But yeah, it comes. This came like this mitt. The eyes were the only thing that were on here. And then all the other stuff you see on here came with it. Glue, a few markers, that baggie of all the stuff. Sebastian had a great time being totally crafty. He did a wonderful job. And he's going to have it for at least a month. So, at least. So make sure you check them out. We will be doing a giveaway.
The memories are forever.
Yes.
You like that? You like that?
That is true. And I had like 20, 30 minutes where I was like, it wasn't like, mama. So that was nice. We are going to be doing a giveaway with them of a 3-month subscription the week of Christmas. So another reason to follow us. Wow. What a show.
What a show. Thank you for allowing me to get dressed and come out of depression.
I mean, thank you for trying to get me to do that. Thank you to our guests, Ali Levine and Jacqueline Coley. Thank you to Matt, as always, for being our control room director. We will be back next week with our last show of the season. And we need
a little break. We need
those 2 weeks, guys.
Break. And then we'll be back with some amazing content already lined up for you.
But next week, our guest is going to be incredible. It's Shanna from the Mom Edit, which is so huge, and we're very excited about it. Make sure to check out our Instagram at Momtourage Podcast tomorrow for a recap and for that giveaway. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Send us a screenshot, and we're going to get you some swag.
Swag!
Have a happy Hanukkah, guys.
Happy Hanukkah!
Okay, that's our show today, folks. Thank you so much for giving us a listen. Please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. We are out here on our own, and these things really, really matter.
We want to hear from you. Tell us what you want to hear. Email us at momtouragepod@gmail.com.
Follow us on Instagram at Momtourage Podcast to hang out with us all week long.
We are here for you. You are not alone. We got you. So go ahead, girl. Know this posse is behind you and go slay. Momtourage is written and produced by Ashley Smith and Keri Sotero. recorded and mixed by Lee Mars. Our theme song, MILF, is by the band Mama Drama. You can find them on Instagram at Mama Drama Band or mamadramaband.com.